On January 12, 2025, the vast frozen silence of Greenland was suddenly and violently shattered. A blazing streak of gold and white fire tore across the night sky, painting a line of brilliance above the endless expanse of ice. For a few heartbeats, the world seemed to hold its breath as the meteor blazed overhead, its light outshining even the stars. The aurora borealis danced in shimmering greens and purples, casting an ethereal glow over the ice sheet. But tonight, the aurora was upstaged. The meteor, brighter than any star or planet, roared overhead with a thunderous sound, shaking the land and sky alike. Its arrival was so powerful that the very ground trembled, and the ancient ice groaned in protest. In remote villages, Greenlandic locals stepped outside, faces turned skyward in awe and fear. Scientists stationed in the Arctic monitoring the heavens scrambled to record the event. All eyes watched as the fireball streaked toward the horizon, its descent culminating in a blinding flash and a deep echoing boom that rolled across the snowy landscape. The shockwave fractured ice that had lain undisturbed for millennia. Where the meteor struck, a towering plume of vaporized rock and ice erupted skyward, visible for miles around. As the dust settled, a steaming crater was revealed, its edges glowing faintly in the night. Strange golden dust drifted down, settling on the snow and sparkling in the aurora's light, a sight no one had ever seen before. Scientists rushed to the site, braving the bitter cold and treacherous terrain. What they found was astonishing: fragments of a meteorite unlike any ever discovered. This was no ordinary space rock. It was a cosmic messenger, carrying secrets from the farthest reaches of the universe, something never before seen on Earth. As the excitement faded, the Arctic night slowly reclaimed its silence. The wind whispered over the ice and the world seemed unchanged. Yet beneath that stillness, everything was different. The world held its breath, unaware that the course of history had just shifted. In laboratories, scientists began to analyze the strange fragments. What they discovered was astonishing. The meteorite contained a new element, unknown to science, with properties that defied explanation. It was a secret from the universe itself, a gift, or perhaps a challenge, from the stars. The impact marked the end of one era and the fiery birth of another. As the sun rose over the crater, its rays revealed a landscape forever changed. A scar on the ice that would become a symbol of a new beginning. The age of Aurelium had begun, born in the collision of fire and ice. This was the dawn of a new epoch, one that would reshape the destiny of humanity. News of the impact spread rapidly across the globe, headlines blazed, scientists gathered, and the world watched Greenland with a mixture of wonder and apprehension. The world did not yet know it, but nothing would ever be the same. In the frozen heart of the Arctic, a new chapter in human history had just been written, one that would echo across the world for generations to come. In the aftermath of the mysterious impact, teams of scientists from around the globe raced to Greenland's remote crater, braving relentless blizzards and bone-chilling winds. Their mission: to examine the strange, glowing metal that lay at the heart of the icy abyss, pulsing with an otherworldly light. Unlike any meteorite ever recovered, this substance radiated a golden luminescence, casting warm light onto the snow despite the sub-zero air. When touched, it felt inexplicably warm, as if it held the memory of a distant sun within. Its crystalline structure was breathtaking, more intricate and complex than diamond, with patterns that seemed to shift under the microscope. Its density was so great that even the most seasoned geologists were left in disbelief, unable to compare it to anything found on Earth. The team named it Aurelium, a tribute to its mesmerizing golden glow and the aura of mystery that surrounded it. The name quickly spread through scientific circles, capturing imaginations worldwide. Early laboratory tests revealed the impossible. Aurelium was stronger than any known material, absorbing tremendous force without bending, cracking, or breaking. It shrugged off impacts that would shatter steel or titanium. Even a single hair-thin filament could support immense weight, making it the most durable and resilient substance ever discovered. Engineers immediately began to dream of unbreakable structures and revolutionary machines. But the true revelation came when electricity was introduced. Aurelium conducted power with perfect efficiency, even at room temperature. There was no resistance, no heat, and no energy loss, something previously thought impossible outside of extreme laboratory conditions. For the first time, a superconductor existed for the real world, not just in theory or in cryogenic labs. Magnets levitated effortlessly above Aurelium, hinting at endless possibilities. This discovery promised a revolution in energy, engineering, and technology. Power grids could become lossless, machines more efficient, and transportation reimagined from the ground up. The glimmer in the ice was not just a new element, it was a key to a new era, a beacon of hope for a world hungry for sustainable solutions. Scientists realized they were holding the future in their hands. News of Aurelium's discovery spread like wildfire, igniting the world's imagination and sparking a new age of innovation. The age of limitless, wasteless energy had arrived. Cities could be powered cleanly, efficiently, and endlessly, transforming the way humanity lived and worked. Aurelium was about to change everything. The dawn of a new technological era had begun, and nothing would ever be the same. Aurelium isn't just an upgrade, it's a leap into the impossible. This element, discovered in the most unlikely of places, has properties that defy everything we thought we knew about material science. It's not just rare, it's revolutionary, promising to rewrite the rules of what's possible. Imagine bridges and skyscrapers that never need repairs, built with a material that simply doesn't fail. Structures made from Aurelium could stand for centuries, immune to rust, fatigue, and the relentless wear of time. Our cities would become monuments to endurance, their skylines unchanging for generations. Medical implants and surgical tools could last for centuries, transforming healthcare and everyday life. Imagine a world where joint replacements never wear out, and surgical instruments remain as sharp and precise as the day they were made. Patients would recover faster, and doctors could rely on tools that never fail. Even the smallest objects, phones, knives, electronics, would become virtually indestructible. Everyday items would resist scratches, dents, and breaks, staying pristine for decades. The frustration of broken screens and worn-out gadgets would become a thing of the past. Aurelium's durability could end our throwaway culture, creating a world where things are built to last lifetimes. Landfills would shrink, and the need for constant replacements would disappear. We'd cherish our possessions, passing them down through generations, each item telling a story of resilience. But its most revolutionary trait is room temperature superconductivity. This means electricity can flow through Aurelium without any resistance, even in everyday conditions. No need for extreme cooling or complex setups. Today, much of our electricity is lost as heat in transmission. Aurelium wires would deliver every watt, perfectly. Power plants could operate more efficiently, and renewable energy could be distributed without loss, making green energy truly sustainable. Power grids could span continents, making energy loss a thing of the past. Imagine a world where electricity generated in one country could be used halfway across the globe, seamlessly and without waste. The global energy network would be transformed forever. Electronics would run cooler and faster, unlocking new heights for computing and AI. Devices would no longer overheat, and data centers could operate at unprecedented speeds, revolutionizing everything from personal gadgets to the world's most powerful supercomputers. Quantum computers could become stable and powerful, pushing technology beyond our wildest dreams. With Aurelium, the barriers to quantum stability and scalability could finally be overcome, opening doors to breakthroughs in science, medicine, and artificial intelligence. With Aurelium, the limits of engineering and energy vanish. The only boundaries left are those of our imagination, as we design machines and systems previously thought impossible. It's not just a material, it's a catalyst for a new civilization. Aurelium could spark a renaissance of innovation, empowering people everywhere to dream bigger and build bolder. The miracle element is poised to reshape our world from the ground up. From infrastructure to technology, every aspect of life could be touched by its influence, ushering in an era of abundance and sustainability. The future is no longer a distant dream. With Aurelium, the impossible becomes possible and the world stands on the brink of a new age. Aurelium makes it possible now. The dawn of a new era has arrived and its light shines brighter than ever before. Aurelium's discovery sent shockwaves through the energy sector, promising clean, abundant power for all. Renewable energy's biggest problems, storage and transmission, could be solved overnight. Solar farms in the Sahara could power cities across the globe, with zero energy lost in transit. A global grid would share energy from sunlit regions to those in darkness, ensuring constant supply everywhere. Aurelium-based storage systems could hold vast amounts of energy indefinitely, making renewables as reliable as fossil fuels. Energy would become cheap and plentiful, transforming economies and lifting millions from poverty. The world's power dynamics would shift as access to energy became a universal right. Aurelium could make energy abundance a reality for all of humanity. Aurelium's strength and superconductivity promise a revolution in transportation. Maglev trains, once limited by cost and complexity, could now glide at airplane speeds across continents. Imagine London to Beijing in 2 hours, silent, smooth, and energy efficient. Electric vehicles would become lighter, faster, and recharge in seconds, making gasoline obsolete. Public transit would be cleaner and more reliable, transforming city life. In space, Aurelium could enable electromagnetic launch systems, slashing the cost of reaching orbit. Humanity could build larger space stations, explore Mars, and mine asteroids. The element from the stars could finally take us to the stars. The world erupted at the news of Aurelium. Markets soared and crashed, and a new gold rush began. Governments and corporations scrambled for a stake, seeing Aurelium as the key to power and prosperity. Greenland, once remote, became the planet's most strategic territory overnight. Alliances shifted, fleets moved, and the world's eyes turned north. Media frenzy fueled public fascination and anxiety as Aurelium became a symbol of hope and fear. Optimists dreamed of a better world. Cynics warned of greed and conflict. The race for Aurelium unleashed both our highest ambitions and our oldest rivalries. The stakes were nothing less than the future of civilization. The world was on the brink of transformation, or turmoil. At the heart of the storm stood Greenland, a small nation with a monumental choice. Aurelium offered prosperity and independence, a chance to shape their own destiny. The wealth could fund education, healthcare, and infrastructure, ending reliance on foreign aid. But the risks were immense: cultural upheaval, environmental damage, and the threat of losing their identity. Greenlanders debated fiercely between tradition and progress, preservation and change. The decision would define not just their future but send a message to the world about what truly matters. The promise of Aurelium was also a test of values. Greenland's choice would echo far beyond its icy shores. The Arctic is a fragile ecosystem, already threatened by climate change. Large-scale Aurelium mining could devastate this pristine wilderness, risking irreversible harm. Extracting the element would mean carving through glaciers, building roads, and exposing ancient ice. The noise and pollution could disrupt wildlife and accelerate melting, raising global sea levels. The irony is stark: the element that could save the planet might also destroy it. Strict regulations and global oversight would be essential to protect the Arctic. The world must ask, is any resource worth sacrificing one of Earth's last wild places? The fate of the Arctic and the planet hangs in the balance. The responsibility is immense. As of August 2025, humanity stands at a crossroads shaped by Aurelium's arrival. This miracle element holds the promise of a golden age: clean energy, prosperity, and peace. It could heal the planet, end poverty, and unite nations in common purpose. But it also carries the risk of conflict, exploitation, and environmental ruin. The same power that could save us could also divide and destroy. The outcome depends not on Aurelium, but on us. Will we use this gift wisely or repeat the mistakes of the past? The story of Aurelium is the story of humanity's character and choices. The universe has given us a choice. What we do next will define our future.